Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to go over all the block timings for the Tyranid enemies and go over some blocking strategies so you can start dominating your block weapon runs. I'll break down exactly what you need to do to start making sure you're landing your blocks. Once you get the hang of the block weapons, they can be really powerful, but they do require a bit more precise timing if you're used to the fencing weapons. Sorry if I sound a bit nasally, I'm getting over a cold. First we'll go over the different timings for the most common enemy attacks, and then we'll go over some general strategies on how to make sure you're landing your blocks and getting the most out of the block weapons. For the block timings, I'll do the most difficult to block enemies first, and then we'll work our way down to the easier ones. I found the Lictor to be the most difficult to learn the timing because his attacks come out so fast, and the Lictors tend to do mix-ups with red circle attacks more often than other enemies. Alright, so I'm going to have my keyboard and mouse buttons showing on the screen so you guys can see exactly when you need to hit the button. I have the C button as my block, so anytime you see me hit C, that's block. For the Lictor, it's going to be right there, and then for the next attack, right there, and then for the third, right there. And then if he does a red circle, dodge there, and it should give you the gun strike. One thing I've noticed with the block timings is it tends to be as the enemy is like winding up at the back of their attack. So you see how his arm like swings all the way back to get ready to hit. That's when you hit it, when it's like in that back area. Alright, and then for the Lictor's other common attack sequence that he does, the last one ended with a red circle attack, but this one's going to end with a parryable attack, but it's not a blue circle. So first there, and then as he's winding back, right there, and then again there, and then he's going to jump back, and then the last one's going to be right there. And a key thing with getting these block sequences is learning the rhythm of it, because even with me showing you exactly where to hit the button, even if you know that, you're still not going to be able to do it if you don't have a feel for the rhythm of it. So we'll play it in full speed and I'll kind of try to show you the rhythm that you need to hit the blocks. Okay, here we go. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. The two attacks in the middle are pretty difficult to get both blocks, but usually you'll get credit for one perfect block and then you'll partially block the other one, so it still won't damage you, but you won't build up another block stack. But usually that's fine, and then you can just build up the third block stack off of the fourth attack. Next up is the Tyranid Whip Warrior. This 4-part attack is definitely his most common attack. Alright, so first we'll do the timing of the attack. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how you block that one. And now we'll go over it in slow motion. Alright, so it's going to be right there as the whip starts to come toward you. And then there, right as he's finished with his backswing, there, and there. And I had the perk that increases Vanguard's parry and block window turned off for all these clips, so it's the same as any other class would have the window for. Okay, and then for his other attack, it's just a one-hit spinning blue circle attack, but I wanted to show you guys something that kind of applies to all blocks, and it's that if you want to get the perfect block, you tend to want to get it toward the beginning of their animation, and it'll tend to give it to you. In this clip, you'll see that I end up hitting it a little late, and it just gives me like a partial block and not the perfect block. So I thought this was a good example of in general when you need to hit block. So as he's nearing the top of the animation but still towards the beginning, that's when you hit it. I think I probably could have hit that one a little sooner and it would have been better, but it still gave it to me. But yeah, generally toward the beginning of their animation. Okay, next up we'll go over the Ravener's timing. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. So slight delay for the third one. And now we'll go over it in slow motion. Okay, so let's see what we can see here. So right at the top of his swing, again at the very top of his swing, and then as he's rearing up right there. So pretty much with the Ravener, when he's like got both of his little arms up high in the air, that's when you're gonna hit it. Next up, we'll do the timing for the double sword warrior. Alright, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. And then going over it in slow motion. So right as he's at the top, 1. And then here at the top again of his swing. And then for the third one, as he's all the way back at the end of the windup, right before it starts to go forward. And then this is how not to block it. So as you can see on the blue circle, if you hit it too late, it won't give it to you. But then here I hit it too early. And I get the partial block, and then again I'm hitting it too early as the sword's still coming up and it doesn't give it to me. So you want to get it once the sword has fully reached the top of his arc, and then you can hit it anytime after that. Alright, and then for the ranged warriors, it's going to be right there for their blue circle attack, and again in full speed. And the timing for their 2-part is going to be 1, 2. Alright, in this last section of the video, we'll just go over some playstyle tips. So first off, you can shoot your gun in between blocks and not lose your block stacks, so that's a good way to get a little extra damage out if you can manage shooting while keeping your block timings in mind. Next, minorous enemies can be a big problem with block weapons because even if you get off a successful block, it doesn't knock them back, so you don't get any space and they can quickly overwhelm you if you miss even one block. I like to try to spam AoE moves quickly to take them out before they have much of a chance to get close to me. Third, don't always feel like you have to build up 3 block stacks and then get the attack off. Sometimes it's better to quickly block an attack and then kill the enemy and waste your 1 stack that you got, because it's very important to clear out enemies quickly in the game, and standing around waiting for enemies to attack so you can build up 3 stacks is counterproductive. But obviously if you can get the 3 stacks quickly and then get an attack off, it is beneficial because you get the 2 armor back and you get the AoE damage. So definitely still use it if it's readily available, but just don't stand around waiting to block. Let me know down in the comments what video you guys would like to see next. And also drop a like on the video, and if you guys have been enjoying the content, consider subscribing. Thanks.